Welcome everyone into the HoF Trivia on HQ. It is a fun fantasy sports themed trivia show sponsored by the Hall of Fantasy League and the Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company. I am Jeff Eisenman and I will be your public address announcer tonight. Will you please direct your attention to the HQ app where we have some important news. Of Fantasy League. Remember, that week, get the most wins by the end of the contest, and you and whoever is left will share a $10,000 grand prize. Well, guess what? We have reached the end of the contest, folks. This is the final week of the Start Sit Fantasy Pick'em Pool, and it is getting tight. Marry Me, Priebus, and KP Dowd, you're in the driver's seat at 13 wins. But don't kneel the ball. You can't run out the clock. We got a few people at 12 wins, and then we got a bunch more at 11. By the way, Eugene, I know you're out there. One of the great HQDs out there. He's talking on Twitter. I don't know that much about sports. I'm just having fun out here. Eugene, you're at 11 wins. You're 2 away. You're still right in it, as are so many others of you with 11 wins. That $10,000 prize is right there. And part of the reason it's right there is for the 3rd straight week, we're giving you 2 pick'ems, 2 different games, 2 opportunities. Last week, it was Josh Allen getting past Lamar Jackson. And Tom Brady finally beat Drew Brees. Gab, did you use the old man pictures again? Oh man, we are not letting this go. Drew Brees might never play a game, and he's been buried with the old man pictures. This week, our first matchup, get ready. Our first matchup features 2 wide receivers, Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill. And that poll's gonna go now. All right, 2 of the best wide receivers in the game going head to head. We don't know if Patrick Mahomes is gonna play. We don't know if it's gonna be Chad Henne. We know Josh Allen will be on the other side for Buffalo. And let's see if you guys, I wanna see if you guys believe in Mahomes. You don't really. You don't think he's gonna play. You got Stephon Diggs in there at 55%. Pretty tight, 55-45. Let's go to our final pick'em of this entire season. We're going to finish, we're not messing around here. We're going to finish with 2 GOATs, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. They're both going to Canton one day. They're each 37 and older. They're playing in the NFC Championship game. We're going to call this on HQ. Ready? Hut, hut, HQ. That's the last time I'm going to yell, ready, ready. It's the last time I get a slight chuckle out of Gab every time I yell, ready. All right, Brady or Rodgers, who do you got? Which old guy you going for? The other 2 are much younger. Aaron Rodgers, 62%. The youthful 37-year-old is who you're going to. Not as close. Pressure's on you, Aaron. All right, now let's do that trivia. I'm going to ask you 10 questions about the NFL in this past week in fantasy football. All questions, they're powered by our friends at Sport Radar. Thank you for that. If you get all questions right, you and whoever is left will split the prize pot tonight of $2,500. For the Lions fans out there, that's Dan Campbell! Type of head coaching money. 6 years. Get ready for kickoff. Did everyone see that? That press conference was crazy. Guy was talking about knocking kneecaps from the opposing team. We don't threaten on this show, all right? We just go to Q1. Get all these questions right. Q1. What city has hosted a conference championship game the last 3 consecutive seasons? Green Bay, Buffalo, or Kansas City? I mean, we got cheese, we got wings, we got barbecue, and I'll tell you this, anything is possible. After Patrick Mahomes went down last week, it looked like the Browns, they play in Cleveland, might upset the Chiefs, but Casey held strong, and they will now host their 3rd straight AFC championship game, 17,155. You knew that in the back of your brain. By the way, here's how about this? The last team to do that, 3 straight conference championship games hosting, the Philadelphia Eagles, 2002 to 2004, their head coach, Andy Reid, head coach of the Chiefs. Let's move on to Q2. Which of these teams plays its home games in New York State? The Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, or the New York Giants? And I will tell you this, folks. In all the episodes that we've done this fall of HoF Trivia, this is my favorite question. I wanted to make it Q1. They thought it was too hard. The producers wanted this as Q2. All right? I'm from New York. I know the answer to this. While the Giants and Jets represent New York City, they actually play their home games across the river at the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Buffalo is in New York State. I'm so excited to see how many you got this right. 16,215. They can't be fooled, Gab. I mean, come on. These people are pros out here. Yes, the Buffalo Bills play in the state of New York. The Jets and Giants play in the Garden State. Jets once upon a time played in Shea Stadium, home of the Mets. Giants played in Yankee Stadium, home of the Yankees. Q3. Last weekend, Bills fans donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to what player's favorite charity? Jim Kelly, Patrick Mahomes, or Lamar Jackson? So we got an OG in there. We got two younger lads. Lamar had to leave the game due to a concussion protocol while playing the Bills, and the Bills eliminated his Ravens. Afterward, Bills Mafia has raised, at this point, over $450,000 for blessings in a backpack, a charity that provides meals for hungry kids, and it's promoted by Lamar Jackson. All right, that's some great sportsmanship and good work, 13,411 of you. Some of you were thinking about Jim Kelly, the former Bills quarterback back in the day. Great guy, does great things, wasn't the answer here. Q4. JJ and TJ Watt have led the NFL in sacks and which other defensive category? Forced fumbles, interceptions, or tackles? If you haven't caught on, they play defense. As an NFL QB, you don't want to see the name Watt coming at you. TJ Watt was this year's sack leader a year after leading the league in forced fumbles. JJ has 2 sack titles and caused the most fumbles in 2018. Which means forced fumbles is the answer, 9,769 of you. By the way, they've both led the league in tackles for loss, but not tackles like 3,357 of you said. I'm sorry. You can use an extra life if you got it, though. We're only on Q5. Which team had 2 players go for over 100 receiving yards last weekend? The Bills, the Browns, or the Chiefs? Means quarterback throwing to the guys who passed the ball, and enough of them caught the ball more than 100 yards, if that's a complete sentence. You might have thought we were trying to trick you, right? Was it Stephon Diggs and someone on the Bills? Or did Baker Mayfield feed his receivers in the comeback attempt against the Chiefs? No, it was the Chiefs. We weren't trying to make you overthink, and 6,511 of you got that right. But 4 digits in every answer, so people were thinking about it. We're packing. This is playoffs. Q5. All right, we're halfway through this game, folks. All right, I hope no one has to go to the medical tent or needs to pop that up at halftime here. I asked you on Twitter, what TV network should broadcast an NFL playoff game next year, and who do you want to commentate it? You all probably saw that Nickelodeon game in the wild card round. There were some great answers for this, but these are my favorite. Insert cute name. Says Guy Fieri on the Food Network while cooking up some tailgating chow. Let's take this thing to Flavortown next year. I love it. And Marcus P. Wellaby says ESPN 8 the Ocho with cotton and pepper. That is, I like that one too. It's a bold strategy, but we'll see if it pays off for them next year. Also, a lot of Snoop Dogs out there. Shout out to those. Q6. What career statistic does Tom Brady hold the advantage over Drew Brees? Passing yards, passing TDs, or completions? If Drew Brees isn't playing next year, well, he might be calling an NFL playoff game. Earlier in the season, these two were going back and forth, but then Brees got hurt, and Brady got to play the Lions and the Falcons, and he toasted those teams. The category I'm talking about is passing TDs. If you've been watching this show, I was going to say program, but that commercial, they say, don't be like your parents and say program. This show, you would have known. 5,448 of you got that right. By the way, Brady, he's got 581 passing touchdowns. Brees, 571. Brees leads the other 2 categories. All right, we got a good number here coming into Q7. Which backup quarterback had the most passing yards last weekend? Jameis Winston, Chad Henne, Tyler Huntley.